I'm Mario with Attic Man Heating and Air, and I'm going to give you a tour of a job that we completed in East Sacramento. This house you see behind me has a flat roof. There is no attic space present. There is a large subfloor area, and the heating and air system that was in this home previously was a typical central heating and air ducted HVAC unit with all of the ductwork running under the house, feeding up into the floors, feeding the air into the home. And what we ended up doing here, these homeowners wanted full control over different temperature zones in different parts of the house, different bedrooms being able to be independently controlled. And the only way we could effectively do that was by installing ductless mini splits. This was a large project, and what's included, I'm gonna give you a breakdown on what equipment we installed here. So if you're looking at the home, on the right side of the house, we placed an outdoor unit. This outdoor unit is feeding 3 indoor heads, the kitchen area, the living area, and one of the bedrooms. Those 3 ductless heads, which I'll show you here in a second, are being connected to that outdoor unit, and they can each be independently controlled. On the left side of the house, we installed a separate outdoor system. That outdoor unit is connected to 4 heads. So there's a total of 7 heads here, 3 connected to the outdoor unit on that side of the home, and 4 connected to the outdoor unit on that side of the home. Now, what made this project tricky and unique is the fact that there is no attic space, which means all of the refrigerant lines and electrical that connect the outdoor units to the indoor units on this home had to be ran inside the walls, down to underneath the home, and then outside through the subfloor to connect to those outdoor units. So there was a lot of drywall work going on, opening up walls. One of the heads we actually had to run from this bedroom up here down and then through inside the ceiling of the garage itself to get it to where we wanted it to go. So a lot of construction, a lot of unique challenges here that we had to overcome, but the homeowner is ecstatic with the final product. It came out exactly the way that we imagined it. Come on, and I'm gonna show you what we did. So first, I'll show you the outdoor heads connecting to the right side of the house. Now, the house is still under construction. They haven't actually moved in yet. But if you come this way, this is one of our indoor heads. This is feeding the kitchen area. This is an 18,000 BTU system, which means in a typical home with 9-foot ceilings, this unit here is meant to serve about 750 square feet or so. So this one area, we have it on cooling mode right now. This one unit is actually serving all of the kitchen space and also pushing air out over into the living space over there. And if you look at this area, we have taller than 9-foot ceilings. We have no attic space, which means no attic insulation. And we have these huge floor to ceiling windows, which is going to take on a lot of heat. So we had to do a heat load calculation for this home to figure out exactly what size mini splits we needed to install to ensure that it would be able to keep the house comfortable in the hottest of the summer days, as well as keeping it comfortable in the coldest of the winter nights. The first unit is there, that's serving this area here. And if you come over this way, there's a second one running over here. It's actually turned off right now. This is a second 18,000 BTU head, and this unit is also serving the living space. This is the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. With both of these units here, one over here, it will keep this entire room comfortable. Today is actually about 101 degrees. It's currently 3:40 in the afternoon, almost the hottest point of the day, and the house is still very comfortable. We actually have one of the doors open since we're doing construction, and that unit over there is keeping that whole kitchen and dining room area pretty comfortable. So both of these, once the homeowners move in and both of these are running, it's going to really keep it nice and cool in here. So come with me and I'll show you the next one. So there's those two, and if you come upstairs here, this unit here is serving this bedroom. So we put that one up on the wall, and it's currently running at 65 degrees. This room is ice cold right now. The living room and the dining room was comfortable, but this has been running for about 20-25 minutes. This room is already ice cold. So what's great about these units is they're independently controlled. Each unit comes with its own remote, its own thermostat, You can pick whatever temperature you desire, and whoever's in the next room over can pick what temperature they desire, so on and so forth. So those 3 units that we have connected are connected to the outdoor unit. If you follow me, I'll show you where that is. So this outdoor unit is feeding those 3 heads. Right now we have 2 out of the 3 heads actually calling or running. So it's pumping refrigerant to 2 of those heads, the kitchen and the bedroom, keeping those rooms nice and cool. Now the great thing about these units is they don't require much maintenance. I mean, really hosing off the outdoor unit, on the back we have some coils that have to be cleaned regularly. You can do that every 6 months, keeping the indoor filters clean. Other than that, there's really not much you have to do to them. They don't break down that often. And even when they do, they're not super expensive to repair unless you have a refrigerant leak. Those can get costly, but there's really not much to these units. You have a compressor and a fan motor out here, a couple of electronic controls, and on the indoor unit, same thing. You got a small blower motor and a coil and a filter. I mean, they're actually very simple pieces of equipment, but they're really efficient. Come with me and I'll show you the rest of the units. All right, come on up here. So this is the master suite. We have 1 unit on the wall here for the master suite, currently set at 65 degrees. It is so ice cold in here, I can't even tell you how good it feels. One advantage to having these, let's say you have a hot day, you're getting home from work, or you just need to cool down, you can just go stand right in front of it and it's just blowing cold air directly onto you, which is nice. If you come over here, that's head number 1. If you come over here, this is head number 2. This is the master closet. So still under construction, as you can see, but unit up on above the makeup station behind me. Come over this way. This homeowner wanted to be able to heat and cool their master bathroom. So typically we won't put these in the bathroom just because they're not really needed. You'll get a lot of cool or hot air kind of flowing into there, but this homeowner wanted full control over the bathroom, so we put one on the bathroom wall. This bathroom is still under construction, beautiful bathroom. If you look behind you here, we have a mini split up on the wall. So you have full control over the temperature of the bathroom, which is really nice. So that's blowing out right now, set at 66 degrees, keeping the bathroom super comfortable. Now, another big advantage to these mini splits is the efficiency levels, right? What makes them so efficient, right? The way that we rate the efficiency levels of a heating and air system is something called a SEER rating. That's S-E-E-R, okay? SEER rating, think of that like miles per gallon to your car, right? The higher the SEER rating level, the more efficient or the less electricity the energy consumes while operational. Now, a typical ducted system in California is going to range anywhere from 14 to 16 SEER. 16 SEER is considered mid efficiency, maybe you get up to 18 or 20 SEER, and that's considered high efficiency. These units that we installed here, they start at 21 SEER. These ones here actually go up to 38 SEER, completely blowing the efficiency out of its ducted brethren right out of the water. I mean, so efficient. So what makes them so efficient, right? How can they be double or triple as efficient as a ducted system? Well, it's because there's no ducts, right? If you picture a traditional heating and air system, and most of the time ductwork is running through an attic, in the summertime, that attic is 130, 140 degrees, and you're having cold air coming out of that heating and air system, right? And it has to travel 5 feet, 20 feet, sometimes 100 plus feet through that ducting, through that hot attic before it finally comes into the home. Yes, ducting is protected. It does have insulation around it to try and keep that heat out and keep that cool air cool. But when you're running cold air, 60 degree air coming out of that system, going through an attic that's 140 degrees, you're going to have some heat gain. So while it might be 60 degrees or even colder coming out of that HVAC system right away, by the time it makes it into the home, it might have gained 2, 5, 7, 12 degrees. It might now be 70 degrees or 65 degrees coming out of the vents, when really it came out of the system colder than that. So there's no ductwork with these, which means as soon as that heat is removed from that air, you're getting ice cold air There's no heat gain or heat loss through ductwork. It just comes right into the living space. So that's the big advantage to these. Also, the outdoor unit, the compressor, think of that as the heart of the system that's pumping refrigerant, right, from the outdoor unit to the indoor unit. That compressor on mini split systems is a variable speed compressor, also known as an inverter compressor. What that means is it's multi-stage, right? Most compressors are a single stage system, meaning it turns on, it runs at 100%, it's pumping, 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 and when the temperature satisfies, it turns off. On a multi-stage compressor, it might turn on at 30% and it will run in increments. It'll go 31%, 35, 37, all the way up to 100% when it's really hot or when you want it to actually be coming out super, super cold, right? And then as that demand goes down or that heat goes down, the compressor ramps itself down. If you have a system like we have here, where you have one outdoor unit paired with 3 or 4 indoor heads, and you're only running one head, it's highly unlikely that compressor is going to ever run at 100% capacity. It might run at 30% or 37% or 52%, which means it's saving you energy, keeping the house cool while using as minimal energy as possible. So when you combine a multi-stage inverter variable speed compressor with a system that does not have ductwork and you're not getting that heat gain or heat loss, the efficiency levels just skyrocket. So they're super efficient, they're super quiet, great pieces of equipment. Let me show you the rest of them. So in the master suite, we have a total of 3 heads, and 1 in the master bedroom, 1 in the actual master bathroom, and 1 in the master closet. So all that's left in this house, this is a 3-bedroom house. All that's left is the last bedroom, which is right back this way. This system is running. Been running about 30 minutes. I mean, it is ice cold in here. I'd be willing to bet it's about 65 degrees in here right now, seriously. And it's 100 degrees outside. And this room is got to be close to 65 degrees. I mean, I could put on a sweater right now. That's how cold it is in here. And that just shows you what these things are capable of doing, right? A hot summer day, I got the sun shining. It's 100 degrees outside. It's about 3:47 in the afternoon. I mean, this is crazy, the fact that it's able to get this cold. You would never be able to get your house to 65 degrees on a 100-degree day with a ducted system. Or maybe you could if your house is super, super efficient, but in most cases, it's not going to be possible. 100% possible with these units. As you can see, these units are on the wall. So where's the electrical? Where are the copper refrigerant lines? Well, they're inside the wall. What we had to do here was we actually had to cut the wall open, put the lines inside the wall. There's a space inside the wall of about this much, and those lines are running in that space down underneath the house. And in this case, we're on the 2nd story. So there's actually a floor, right? And there's space in the floor, and we had to open up the ceiling. Come on down, I'll show you. So that bedroom we were just in, we're gonna go underneath it. So now we are standing underneath that bedroom. The refrigerant lines, that wall that I showed you earlier, is this same wall. They came down here, we had to cut the drywall open. The lines are inside the ceiling here, running inside the ceiling, running over this way and outside the home. If you follow me, I'll show you where they're at now. Don't forget to call Attic Man for all your mini split needs. So those 4 heads I just showed you are running through the walls, through the ceilings, completely concealed from the inside. You can't see them. If you follow me under here, here's the outdoor unit. So we tucked this one underneath the deck. You can see all the refrigerant lines. We have a condensation line here, all the electrical that was done, and everything is feeding to this outdoor unit. Now, we were able to put it under here because of the lattice. As you can see, all the lattice behind me. When an air conditioning system or heat pump is running in AC mode, that heat is being transferred from inside to outside. It's blowing out all that hot air, and we want that hot air to be able to escape. So thanks to the lattice walls that we have here, it's actually able to escape. And this is all compliant and up to code, passed inspection with flying colors, and it's just a great place to hide it. That way the homeowner doesn't have to see it. Now you might be wondering, well, if that one is hiding under the deck, why didn't we put both of them under the deck? Well, The answer is cost. This homeowner renovated this entire home. They've had a lot of money put into this home, and they were trying to save on costs wherever possible. For us to run the heads for that opposite side of the house to serve all the way to an outdoor unit, all the way on the other side of the house, meant we had to open up double the amount of drywall, run double the amount of refrigerant lines, double the amount of electrical, double the amount of labor running all of those lines. We're able to save the homeowner about $6,000 by putting the outdoor unit on that side of the house. Now, these units are super quiet, right? This one here is running, it's 100 degrees out right now, and it's pumping and pumping and pumping, and you almost can't even hear it until you're right next to it. And that's thanks to that high efficiency, multi-stage inverter driven compressor. So yes, we were able to hide one under the deck because this is close to where those heads are on this side of the house. The other one, the homeowner was okay putting on the outside of the house. They don't go on that side of the house that often anyway. This is where they spend most of their time. They have a beautiful garden here, a lot of time spent out here. And one of the biggest concerns was the noise. If I'm out here in my garden, I don't want to hear that thing. You know, traditional HVAC systems are super loud, and they didn't want to hear that, which meant going with a mini split, it just made that much more sense to do that because they are so quiet. So homeowner was super happy with this. Because we put in 2 systems and removed 2 ducted heating and air systems from this house, we were able to get them $7,000 in SMUD rebate money, as well as $2,000 from the state. So a total of $9,000 covered, paid for by SMUD and the state of California for this job, because we got rid of 2 old gas systems and put in high efficiency all electric heat pumps. If you're interested in hearing about the rebates available to you as a homeowner in the Sacramento area, view my other video. I'll put a link in the description on all the rebates available to you. It's easy to say that this homeowner took full advantage of those rebates and tax credits available, and were able to secure those to install high efficiency equipment in their home. If you're interested in having a custom ductless heating and air system installed in your home, just like the one shown in this video, give Attic Man a call. We specialize in these types of systems. We actually love custom special jobs like this. Yes, changing out typical ducted HVAC systems is great. That's of course where we make our money, but systems like this is what makes the jobs fun, right? This is what really gives us a challenge and makes us use our brains on how are we going to effectively install this the way the homeowner wants it. And we really enjoy the challenge that comes along with these types of projects. So if you're interested in having this type of system installed, give us a call. We'll come on out, we'll sit down with one of our design consultants, and we'll come up with a system and a design that meets your needs and hopefully within your budget, and we can do this on your home too. I'm Mario with Attic Man Heating and Air.